Well, we have 10 viewers already. There you go. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody today? I haven't got my cap on. Jeez, there's always one thing I forget. There we go. Now are people cap straight? I don't know. All good, all good. Now, is it all the stuff working? Yes. Good, 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 good. I think we're here. Hello, everybody. Going to have to apologise in advance. We've got somebody a couple of doors down drilling, and it's vibrating through all the walls. It's not drilling right now, but it'll be on and off all day. Good morning from COVID, basically free Australia. Yes, I know the numbers are coming through pretty good now. Looks like they finally got their act together. Well, there you go. Okay, so I've got nothing really to report today. We've had a pretty busy week, and of course, I just, with this bloody drilling next door, I was wondering whether I'd actually whether I'd actually run a stream or not. But I said he's just suddenly stopped. He's been doing it for almost an hour now, and I thought, oh my God. Anyway, Big W, how you doing? And as I said, Mark, we're doing. How you doing? Good to have you along. Last week today, well. Robert Groves, g'day, how you doing? You're on early today, yes you are. How's the house coming along? Have you got any new videos up on your YouTube page? I have to go and check that out, shouldn't I? And Cody, yes, g'day, Psycho. When are you going to come and join our dual universe thing, Psycho? We'd love to have you along. And Mark Verdun, yeah, good morning, Robert. Drilling next door reminds me of the hotel. Oh yeah, very good. Richie Kingstar, how you doing? You're doing a new video on Sunday, okay, so we'll keep an eye out for that one. But it's coming along, the house is coming along quite nicely. I think that's probably where we'll I've got a few photos here. Let me see if I can find a YouTube page. You don't want to sort of see me on there. Go on to where's my photos? So we got, oh come on, yeah, the night out. Yeah, so what do we got? We've got a few photos coming up at the house. It's looks like they're busy rendering our one on Wednesday, as you saw. If you saw the video from Wednesday, I think it went up yesterday. They're all very busy there. I love the framework. You got to this is Thailand. I love the framework. But hey, as I say, this is Thailand. Yes, it is coming along nicely. All the walls are up. They got the roof on. Let's hope they move all that crap out of the front of the yard. Had a bit of rain there too, so the rendering was being done on the inside as well. You can't quite see it very well there. I didn't walk in this time to have a look around. G'day, Andy Stubbs. OSHA rules broken. I love it. Yes. OSHA. What's OSHA? Oh no. What OSHA? OS. Occupational safety. Is it OSHA? OSHA. Are we talking about the same thing? OSHA rules, Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Yeah, we have a similar thing in Australia. Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, they're doing a pretty good job. Can't really fault the thing. I didn't go in simply because of the fact that there's like the chance of getting hit in the head with something is probably too risky. It's okay for a Thai, but I value my brain capacity. Was it? I get this. I guess everybody's saying hello to everybody. Good. 3Jazz, how you doing? Good to have you along. Yeah, so it's coming along quite nicely. Still no news from the bank, but we probably what are these weird stuff? Chanya and her. She's a devil. See, the devil, Yep, I got some memes there to throw up your way in a minute. um, but yeah, so we went out and had some lunch there. It's had Chinese this time. It was pretty good. I enjoyed the Chinese. Of course, our big news this week is the lottery win. Yeah, tell me about it. All banks suck. Yeah, so like people have been asking. I said in the video, I said the basic reason that we haven't got approval yet is the fact that banks aren't lending on a 10% down. They're being very, very cautious. I don't know what it's like in Australia at the moment, but like the whole planet is in a global recession, and of course banks are being banks, and they just do that sort of stuff. They have when things look good for them, they're only too happy to lend money. But when things are shaky, the U.S. presidential election and everything else, it's just the wrong time. Robert McInasia, get out. How you doing? Good to have you along. Johnny Siam, he's here too. I'm sure that we'll have Oggy here in sort of no time flat. He was playing Dual Universe. Yes, he is still playing Dual Universe. He's probably just in the middle of something. Probably can't get away from the pilot seat without crashing or something like that. I have actually seen. Come on, give me my currency, would you? Currency, come on. Yeah, the Australian dollar sort of seemed to have come up in the last couple of days. I think they're feeling good about the results. And thanks for the explanation of how the lotto worked. Yeah, I thought it would, again, we'll use this time. I'm going to see if I can find the actual photo again. Use this time to really sort of try to talk about the lottery thing, which is okay, we had Loi Krathong, that was last Saturday. That was a bit of a non-event, but still a good time for Thais to get out and celebrate. See if I can find this thing, talk about the lottery results. Oh, come on. I need to do a resort of all my documentation, all my photos. Starts with L. Yeah, so there we go. Okay, so now I did post this. You might not have seen it very well on the actual video. I don't know, because it was smaller, shrunk down. Yeah, so the lottery works a bit of it's a funny way they do this lottery, right? It's not like in Australia, with Lotto, where it's 7 numbers are drawn, and then the prizes are divvied up based on first, second, third, fourth, and so on divisions. They actually draw each lottery number separately. So I don't know if you've actually sort of seen the actual photos. Let's see if I can actually just show you a bit of a photo drawing. Thai lottery. Images, yeah. So I found something before, maybe. It's really a big event. It looks like I'm not going to find it. They have 6 people in a row with 6 buckets, and they pull. Yeah, that's the sort of thing. Yeah, that this is how they do it. They have this, the 6 digits, and then the officials come through, and then they rotate and they cycle through, and pick out somehow pick out the number. I'm not quite sure, but I've never actually watched it myself. But it's quite a bizarre little routine, and it is a highlight of their day year. Where is it? Let me go back to here. Yeah, so they do a first prize draw. There's a each machine has 40, yeah, I don't know, is it 45? I don't know, it doesn't have 45. I think it's only got the numbers 0 to 9 or something, and they pull the number out. I'm not quite sure. I think that's how it's done. which is the only way that sort of makes sense logically to me, because of the fact that a number can, be, they can have, 6 5s in a row or something like that. But yeah, so they draw these, these numbers 0 to, I think the 0 would work for the first number as well. So they draw them out and they announce it. So the first one, there is one number drawn, which is the first number. Then they do the second digit, the second prize. They actually draw that. They do that 5 times. So they will do a second prize draw. They pick the 6 numbers out, and that's the number that you get. Then they rotate, and then they do it again. They do it 5 times for that one. Then they do it 10 times for third prize. They do it 50 times for fourth prize, and they do it 100 times for fifth prize. It's quite a long, convoluted process, but it is a highlight of their week. As for these last numbers, I'm not quite sure. I think that what they do there is they draw the 40, then they draw the 245 and the 062, then they draw the 154 and the 598. And the one they don't draw is this last one, which is a special prize of 100,000 baht, which is this number. So they'll actually pay out on 506403 and 506405. So Chanya. That's right. Hey, this isn't the down and under bar. Yes, it is. What are you talking about? We won Lotto in Australia 10 years ago. Did you? How much did you win, Andy? I know. When I was doing the draw, we involved in it. Like we had the thing at the like in the factory, and we had everybody goes around and puts their $2 into the pool or something. There was always a pool going. I always put the $2 in just to be part of the thing. We actually got 4 numbers, and we actually got the 6 numbers in the pick. But the 4 numbers were in one, and the other 2 numbers were in the next row. So it was a bit of a shit. But yeah, so we actually had all the right numbers. But if we'd probably played a System 18, we would have won. But we didn't have the money for a System 18, so I think we were only playing System 7s or something like that. I think we play. I think with the amount of people in the factory we had. We used to buy 4 System 7s, or it could have been 4 System 8s, I can't remember. And those, everybody picked the numbers, and you put the 8 numbers in the hat, and that was how it was done. But yes, it's just an interesting way to do it. But yeah, that's the prize payout. You get the 6 million baht. I think these winnings first, second, I think they should be a better, more even split, but I think it's just one of those sort of things. It's a lottery. I don't believe in them. I think it's a poor man's way of making him feel good, when really what they're doing is they're making their situation worse. I think you got a better chance in Thailand of being hit by a bus than actually winning a lottery. Just on the statistics. But yeah, but it was an interesting time. Also the other thing that really got me was it's expensive toilet paper. The other thing that, of course, got me with the way it was, they were handed the cheque. Right, the cheque is not Kasikorn Bank, which is her bank, and so we go to the mall, and they go to the bank that the cheque was presented on, and stand in queue for like an hour to get the money. And actually carry the money from there up to the other bank, and I'm going, surely you cannot just walk into Kasikorn Bank and deposit that cheque through Kasikorn, unless of course there's some sort of charge for it. I really don't know. If somebody can correct me on that one. It just seemed like it was such a bizarre way to do it. To actually physically get the cash from one bank, and then walk 100 yards through the mall with the cash in your purse, put it in an automatic counting machine teller on a different bank. As they say, only Thailand. But hey, we don't question it, do we? It's one of those sort of things. Anyway, can you pick numbers or? Okay, so 3Jazz wanted to know, can you pick the numbers or buy tickets? Okay, so what you'll see is you'll go to these vendors. Actually, there were some pictures just there, wasn't there? Lottery stands. Let's have a quick look at that. STAND. Yeah, so what you'll see is you'll see these. Well, get out of the way again. You'll see these vendors with this little tray, and to the best of my knowledge, they go to the lottery office and they buy reams of this, depending on how much they can afford to buy. Right, so they buy countless amounts of tickets, which then they spend the next 14 days reselling. And you see them out with the tickets, and they go around everybody, and basically you flick through the numbers. Some of them will actually sort of put these numbers in some sort of order, right? And you'll have different sort of groups. Like there are some big groups that do it, and then you're part of a group, and then you get small independents, and it's quite a convoluted process. You can't actually. Well, I don't know if you can. I don't think you can go to the Thai lottery office and buy one direct. But the price of a ticket is 80 baht. You'll also find some of the big vendors, because, as I said, if they don't sell every ticket, they're stuck with the tickets, right? And of course, primarily, it's a bulk numbers thing. And of course, they'll be cashing in the ones that the ones with the 2-digit and the ends and the 3-digit spreads. And then they take them all back and they get that pool. And that's what keeps the thing cycling, if you know what I mean. So we get your winners and you get your losers. They make money on the charging an extra 10, 20, 30, 40 or whatever bar. I've seen some of these tickets going in, like their special numbers, like for instance, the number 26 seems to be a very popular number. I don't know why it happens to be a popular number, but you'll find that somebody's picked out a row of 1026 and 2026, and they're all specifically numbered that way, and then they're charging 200 baht for those, because it's supposedly in circles in the lottery system it's a lucky number. Don't ask me, but it's quite bizarre, if you know what I mean. Ultimately, if they don't sell all their tickets, they're lumbered with what's left, and that's their losings, or they have a chance of picking up the small divisions, and they could even have a winning ticket in there. Like, it is a total random draw, right? Lucky numbers are for the weak of mind or something. There is no such thing as lucky numbers. Numbers are just numbers, unless of course it's the number 23, which is the number of chaos. And now that I've said that, look how many times in the week you'll actually see the number 23 show up in your day. And number 17 is very bad. Okay, 23 is good, 17 is bad. Okay, there you go. Yeah, Andy Stubbs. Lucky numbers are only lucky if they come up. Yes, exactly. My missus looks at our car reg number, and she often has a little luck. Yes. Again, like I've seen Chanya go out and look for, like, I think my bike is her bike is 515. If she sees 515, she'll get 515. And then maybe if she sees my bike number, she'll get my bike number. Look, I don't begrudge them. I said the joy throughout the household for the last week has been worth all the losing tickets for the last 3 years. There's no doubt about that. Whether she's broken even, that's a disputable question. I think with the 80,000 winning, I think she's probably broken even for the last 4 years. But it's the first major win that they've had. If you do it over a 10-year period, I would say that she's still out of pocket. It's it's a numbers game, and the numbers are always in favour of the people that run the lottery. There is no doubt about that, and that's what people got to understand, right? And basically, it's the only legal form of gambling here in Thailand. That was the other thing I tried to mention as well. There is an off-book system as well. I'm not quite. I do not know all the ins and outs of it, but like I think the way it worked was like that number 40 that was drawn on that ticket. There is like a pool depending on where you buy your tickets from and everything else, right? You can buy into a numbers pool, right? And it's again, it's highly suspicious, and I think technically illegal. They use that number that's drawn from the lottery as a sort of a way of sort of shirking the wrath of the whole system, and I don't think anybody's been dragged up the coals about it. But yeah, it is an illegal sort of betting scam. You pick the number from the vendor or whatever, and if it comes in, that number 40, which might have got, was it 1,000 baht? It might get, was it 1,000? Yeah, I think it was 1,000 baht. Yes, it's number 40. Last two digits, yeah, 10,000 number tickets, 2,000 baht. So you'd win the 2,000 baht there. But ultimately, you could probably make 10,000 baht depending on how many people picked it, if you know what I mean. So it's really, it's as I said, this is a Thai lottery. It is the only form of gambling that they're allowed to do in Thailand. They run the poll twice a month, and there's the guy buzzing next door with the thing. Hopefully it's not too loud for you. Yeah, and that's how the whole system works. The interesting thing is, if you look at the Thai lottery website, I would have thought that foreigners might be excluded, but no. As long as you, as long as you front up with your passport, you can buy the ticket. As long as you bring up your passport, and your passport has a valid stamp in it, and all your visas are all in order, then you will win, that prize that you run front up for. As for taking it to a local agent, right, the trouble with the local agents is the fact that even though you're buying the tickets at a increased price from what they're actually listed as I said, they're listed as 40 baht each or 80 baht for the two of them or something like that. Then, on top of that, that's their commission, right, for the thing. But again, you can always take the ticket back to them, and I think they charge 5% commission, right? So if you won the 2,000 prize, they will take 5%, which is that was 100 baht to cash that ticket in. So that's how they make a bit of a profit as well. So you don't have to run all the way into the lottery office to get the ticket. That tends to be the way that the small prizes are done. So if you won the 1,000, you take it back to the vendor, right? And he would give you, like the 1,000, 5%. That's 50 baht, yes. So he'd 50 baht. So you get 950 baht from him. He would then get he only gets charged 1%. So I think for the 1,000, he only gets charged 10 baht. So he makes 40 baht to present the ticket. But he's taking a bulk of them along to the. Would you stop that? He's taking the whole thing along. He's probably taking a group of them, so it's worth the delivery. When it comes to the bigger, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, well, what Thais tend to be doing there is they said, well, bugger that. I'm not giving 4% to somebody else. I'll take a lottery ticket and only pay the 1% government tax, and that's why we went into the office and did that. You maximise your winnings, as they say. Okay, I just missed that one. So I think I pretty much explained all that in full. Where are we going? Helps us through the tough times. Yes, well. Thai lottery more honest than the US election. Yeah, well, I am going to get on to the US election. I know you're waiting for all the memes that I've got ready, so you've already probably seen them pop up already. So we're going to have a laugh at that in a minute. $16 had to share with 4 other people, plus what 1.6 what $160,000. How many you got there? Yeah, 160,000. Oh, that's all right. Plus there are 8 first prize winners. Okay, yeah. Well, that's better than poking an eye with a blunt stick, Andy. That one that we almost won, which had all the numbers, which had the wrong split. I think there was only one winner on that in that one there, and that was like 4 million. We could have all really, well, that would have been split with 26 people, of course. But it was a close one. Well, it's a Division 4. I think we got some drinking money for the Fridays. Day out at the Friday at the club. K-Bank charged me to deposit the money, did they? Really? Anyway, scrolling right down. So Don's joined us. G'day, Don, and Mr. Mitch. Good to have you along as well. Over the drilling next door. I hope it's not too noisy. Scrolling down. Long time no see. How can you tell you're buying the current fortnight? The actual ticket does have the dates on them. I don't know if we can actually sort of... it's something you do need to look at. I don't know if you guys can actually see it there. Have they got a Thai lottery ticket? Let's sort of see if we can actually get something a bit bigger. Yeah, okay. You've got to know what your month looks like, because it is in. Well, let me get out of the way again. So the month is in Thai. So it'll give you the year. It'll give you the 1 or the 16. It does vary. It might be a 17 if that's a public holiday. But then you need to know what a month looks like. So it's fairly straightforward. I don't have one on me, but it's pretty consistent there. There is a date on them, right? And if you don't know how to read your dates, then just get out your app. It's fairly easy to scan the ticket and just check the fact that it's the right date. Yeah, there's the one. There's 2552. That's the first. So it'll either be the 1st or the 16th. There's one there that's the 17th, because probably that on 2560 I don't. Yeah. Oh no, that's actually the blue writing. It's actually got blue writing. Maybe they started including that in there with the English. 17th of January 2017. So January 16th. Maybe that was something to do with a public holiday. Or it could have been Chinese New Year, who knows. It might have been a special day, so that's why it moved one day forward. But yeah, so generally it's the 1st to the 16th, the 17th can happen, depending on, there's another one there, so it's showing that the date there is on August the 16th, so it's got the actual, it's in English as well. There's another one there with the date there, so yeah, so you can tell quite easily. Large screen. Mark for doing. My missus looks for new car reg numbers, and she had a little luck with it. Yeah, I think we covered that one. Did she buy anything special? No. I think it's just all that sort of thing. Oh, well, she bought food. It's as we sort of said, we jokingly say, but it's the case world over. People might think it's a Thai thing, but my money's our money, her money's her money, and I don't begrudge her that. It's all right. I might get a little thing. I think she said she threatened to buy me a T-shirt. Sorry, the bang there. I was out Thursday night, and where is it? I did get a new T-shirt. I finally found it. Oh, there we go. Let's get it the right way around. I finally found it. There we go. See it. I don't need Google. My wife knows everything. So I finally got the T-shirt. I should have worn that today, shouldn't I? But yeah, so I've been looking for that bloody T-shirt for months. But yeah, I'm sure that she'll be buying me this or that, little things over the next week or two. She does that sort of stuff, 3Jazz, my ex-Thai girlfriend used to play this OMB so much. I'll play this OMG, guessing. BG, yeah, maybe you just hit the B key. But I could never get my head around it. Totally different to Thai Bar Girl Lotto. Thai Bar Girl Lotto. How does that play out? When you guys roll up with the bike. Okay. Yeah, Chanya's absolutely stunning. She's always stunning, isn't she? Even though she's putting on a bit of weight. Ron Dawson, good. Thanks for joining us, Ron. Good to have you along. This is today is just last week today with Wazza, and just so it's a bit of a sort of a slant on the last week tonight with whatever that comedian newscaster is. I can't remember his name for the love of me now. 5% to have a target off your back, not a bad deal. Well, but I didn't feel any threat. Like basically you got 100 people there, sitting outside. The person with the ticket goes inside, collects the money. So it's pretty much all. It's all fairly well guaranteed. You probably want to go with friends, but it is a Thai lottery office. It is a government building. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of security around. Moonlight Mist and Memories. What a great name for a channel. Greetings from the city of Los Wages. Los Wages. I've never heard it called that before. Hopefully that will stick in my mind. Hope everyone's doing well. Yes, we have no lottery, but we have many other forms of gambling. Tell me about it. Well, you have other lotteries in America. I don't know if the lotteries can be played across different states. I'm sure there must be some way of getting around that sort of system. Seen a meme on Trump as baby. Look, I've got that one ready to go. I think is that one on your page as well. Unfortunately, it's a video. I don't know if it'll strike. I was gonna put it up. Oh, well, we're pretty much towards the end of the line, so okay. Here's the memes. Where's the memes? Right, what do we got? There we go. In a final bid for victory. There we go. Get out of the way. In a final bid for victory, Trump changes his name to Joe Biden. There you go. So, what was the other one? Did you like that one? Hi mate, I love those videos where they make the adults look like children. It's what they call deep fake, Mr. Mitch, and it's going to be over the next 4 years. We're going to see deep fake really start to become a major thing. I haven't got access to it right now, but there was a video I was looking at recently. The actual deepfake software now is, when it's on the right AI computational system, they can deepfake live video. So, and completely sort of do what they call voiceover. So, change the voice of the actor as well. So they could technically put anybody up on screen, deepfake the face and change their voice. And this is what's happening in the next 4 years, and you just will not believe anything that's on video anymore. Well, I think everybody will probably believe it, depending if it actually fits their bias or prejudice. This is the way it goes with weaker-minded people, of course. Everything fits in your prejudice, and that's what you'll stick with, and no amount of convincing you will ever change your mind. But quite frankly, I personally think this guy here should have been thrown in jail years ago, but that's just my opinion. I've got nothing to do with the American election. It's got nothing to do with me. The Australian dollar seems to be surviving so far, so hopefully things will get better. This guy's an absolute freaking fruitcake. You can't hold a straight conversation within the same conversation without lying, let alone lies from one day to the next. I didn't say that. Yeah, bullshit. We got it on video. You wally. But anyway, yeah, the videos are always good to watch. The T-shirt, yes. Question: will Trump concede or no? I think Trump will. He will scream, kicking and hugging the chair legs and everything else. That guy there, I think, short of a forceful eviction from the White House, that's going to be a challenge for everybody. What was the other meme? There we go. Looks like we're flying directly over the White House now. He's got a dummy spit. He's got a dummy spit like you are not going to believe. What was this? I did do some research. So Politico has Biden leading the presidency here, 264 to 214. These numbers are a bit weird, right? So what have we got? Right, this is the way they're breaking it down. Right, what have we got? There's four major battlegrounds going on. What a PA? What's PA again? So if Biden is currently in the lead, so if that goes successful, Biden wins. Right. If GA wins, if he holds GA, he wins. NC, he wins. Right. He only needs to win one. Right. Trump. Right. So Trump. Right. Biden. No. Biden. No. Trump going for 2. Biden wins. Biden. Get the idea? Right. Trump on 3. Right. Biden still wins. Biden only needs to. You get to play the numbers. It's just one of those. It's just the way it's going. It's Trump basically needs to win all to get anywhere close to the mark. So that's where it's panning out. Different polls. The Reuters are probably a little bit delayed, but as you can see, 74,000 to 70,000. It's pretty much a done deal when you look at the numbers. It's 253 to 214. What have we got in here? They got 264 to 214. 253 to 213. It just depends on where you go. All the Trump supporters are crying foul, but you've just got to do your research there. It's again fake news, right? It's a dummy spit, right? They're not having a bar of it, right? I think we're finally seeing democracy work well again for a change, right? But again, all I hear is the freaking damn, where they try to run buses off the road, and they're armed vigilantes outside counting offices. Like, that's just a freaking sore loser, guys. Really, just suck it up, right? You got 4 years, and as Augie usually says, and he always is quite adamant, the US can survive anything. My biggest problem is the fact that, honestly, America, right? How many people qualify for the position? And what, Biden was your best choice? Really? Come on. Surely you got a better person than Biden. But hey, hopefully, things will get better. That's all we can hope for, isn't it? Anyway, moving right along. And my little piece about the election. Was the Supreme Court, my guess? Yeah. How many sticker notes do you have posted over the White House suggestions? Maybe Mitch. How's that drilling next door? Is that bothering anybody? It's bothering me, but I get pissed off with that sort of shit. Paul in Sydney, good afternoon. And Mike Hurley has also joined us. Hello from Cambodia. What? It's done it again. Slid off the bloody screen. Wish it wouldn't do that. Charles Cox. Good to have you along, Mr. Charles Cox. I know Charles wants to come and live in Thailand as well. We can play lotteries in every state. Okay, so that's very good. Thanks for filling me out on that one. I don't know much about America. I have to rely on you guys to tell me how it all works. Or of course, when it becomes major news, like an election, I don't really pay much attention to it at all. America's America. Would I live there? Probably not. Got some great friends in America. But I also got some great American friends who've chosen to live here. So what's that say about America? Lol, live stream your life. I'll buy a lifetime subs. Okay. Trump is following scorched earth policy. Sorry, I won't even pronounce your name. Abin Vav. Sorry if I really completely butchered your name. Good to have you along, Swadikap. Paul, they will have to drag him out kicking and screaming. Yes, Johnny, that's exactly. I think under armed escort more than anything else, that guy will not give up easily. The seeds of division has been sowed deep in America by all sides. Yes, I think there was we were talking about earlier this week. Reagan, I think he went under the Republican ticket, but he was a confirmed Democrat. When asked why he went Republican, he says, I've not gone away from democracy or being a Democrat. The Democratic Party is no longer Democratic Party. It's just it's personal internal divisions everywhere, and it's every man for himself in the government, and you're just going under a ticket number, hopefully to retain your little nest egg or whatever. I know Australian politics is the same. Like they only need to do 3 years or 3 years or 4 years in state, 3 years in state and 3 in federal, 4 in state. They only need to do it. Sit for 3 years and they get a lifetime pension. What the really? That needs to stop. I'm not quite sure how it works in America, but Australian politics is screwed. You're just going to go under, sit in, pick a side, right? It doesn't really matter how you're going to vote. Like basically you're going to it's party preference and everything else, and your view has got absolutely nothing to do with what you stood for when you went on your ticket. The House of the party's going to vote one way, and if you don't like it, there's like conscientious voting, right? That's what they need to bring in. So all votes should be conscientious, right? You have a party, but you put in a conscience vote, which means it doesn't go against your ticket; it goes against your conscience, right? All votes should be done that way, right? Stick up for the people. Don't anyway. Democracy should be done fairly, and you should not be should not be made to pick a side. You should be made to judge the policy or whatever they're voting on a conscience level without repercussion, right? If they brought that into government, you'd probably find a complete change in government, well, in Australia at least anyway. Paul, to drag you to where he said, the Powerball is over a large part of the state. Yeah, okay, so you got Powerball over there. It's probably where Australia picked it up from. Digital marketing, like currency. Exacerbated to the leftist exacerbated by the leftist loonies. Warren Thierrett. G'day, Warren, how you doing? Good to have you along. He's one of our best super chatters on the program. Write this down. If I win the Powerball this week, I will charter a jet and fly everyone here on chat to Thailand when the US Open, when it is open to us. Mr. Mitch, you're the man. You're the man. You're the man. You have a big vote of confidence for Mr. Mitch. I hope you win the lottery. I'd like to see you all over here. And good morning. Hope you're good. William Poole, and he's joined us as well. G'day, William. No politics. Well, we're not going to talk Thai politics. We're going to talk American politics, Australian politics. We won't talk Thai politics. And look, I have no animosity towards anybody that votes one way or another. I think it's just like religion. You're entitled to your religion. You're just not entitled to force your opinion on somebody else. That's the way it should stand, right? I don't want to enforce my opinion of what should be and shouldn't be. My opinion should be everybody should be allowed to place a conscious vote. You know, politicians, right? If you don't like abortion, then have a vote on it. I don't like abortion. Let's vote down abortion, right? But you shouldn't have to sort of say my name says vote down abortion. It should be a silent majority win vote, right? That's how it should work, right? Unfortunately, everything in politics has to be up in front, and Joe Blow, he was for that policy and he voted for that policy. Really, no. That puts him in a position that he has to stand by that policy when he personally is against the policy. That's where it goes wrong in current politics. I don't know how it works in America, but that's how it works in Australia. I know we do have conscious votes, but they've got to have a vote to have a conscious vote. You know, like, and which almost just says your only reason why you're voting for a conscious vote is you want to vote against your party. Come on, really. Anyway, have a bit of a rant about politics. Yes, that's what we like to do. On our own so-called king, on our own so-called king, Chat is going to get washed. King Chut, I don't know, King Chanut. I don't know who King Chanut is. He's going to get washed away soon. I am not here. Robert Groves, I am already here. Oh, sorry, I am right, but I am already here. True. Warren will have recorded. Yes. With Biden, the American people will lose a lot of their freedoms. Yeah, I know. There is this growing movement across the people there. There's the fear campaign, both left and right, across the world. Right? Fear drives people. That's it. Right? The more fear you can instill in the in the individual, the more you will have them on your side. Because they fear everything. The human race has got to such a fearful state, the fact that you can't even call them a bad word on Facebook anymore without them getting all up in arms. Well, Australians are probably less fearful than most, but the whole fear campaign has used both sides of the ticket, and people are just got to wake up to the fact that do your research, right? The fake news creates fear. And this is where it drives populations, and this is what we're going to deal with. It's an unfortunate situation. No matter which way the election goes, China will win. Yes, I know. Have gun sales gone up in America in the last week? I don't know. Have they? Good question, Johnny. Paul in Sydney. How? WP, no lottery in the states of Nevada, but must drive to Arizona or California. The casinos in Las Vegas and Reno want no lottery in Nevada. The casinos have the power. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, that's good to know. So all the other 51 states or 50 states, and I've just lost that position again, don't have the lottery, but you can't because it's freaking the thing. Ooh, I wish this thing wouldn't scroll off. I'm way. Yeah, okay, there we go. Big time. Mark, the EU and Germany will be clapping their hands if Biden wins. Yeah, there's a lot of speculation going on. I really don't think much is going to change. Like, it's a name. I said the person gets elected president. They're just a figurehead. It's the party internal bickering and politics that actually makes the country run, and that's I think it's a hung parliament right now. It's 50-50 at the moment, so nothing will change. It'll all be the same. That's the way it is. It's gerrymandering and policy, because you're basically talking to a handful of swing voters. You don't. Voting's not about the majority. It's about swinging the minority. That the small little bunch of pricks that want to terminate babies in the womb and things like that. I think it should be left to the doctors. If the doctor thinks it's not a good birth, if there's going to be a problem, the doctor, he's the one who's done the qualifications. He should be allowed to choose it. Come on, it shouldn't be a political issue. It should be kept completely out of politics. The drilling sound is actually amusing, is it? Good. The sound of the rotor. Thankfully he didn't start. He started at 8:30 this morning, so he was good enough not to wake us up, which was good. But I'm betting that they're going to go till 10, 11, or 12, or whatever. Thankfully it's not too loud for you guys. It's grinding my teeth because I get the vibration as well. You don't. Remember that you go to the dentist and you have they had that big gnawing drill on your teeth. That's what it reminds me of. National paper says, if I bet Biden pulls a pin in about 6 months, making way for Harris to take the top job. I'm sure Oprah Winfrey would love that. Wayne, there's a lot of speculation. Why was she chosen? She's really not qualified for the job. There's obviously some sort of there's something at work there, conspiracy theory wise. But again, it's hindsight will be a wonderful thing when it actually happens. Oprah got busted in the airport. Oprah got busted at the airport. Apparently she had 50 pounds of crack stashed up her panties. Good one, Mitch. Thank you. I like that. William Poole, sooner I get home to Thailand the better. I think a lot of you guys are in that, but our mate Vance, he gets out of quarantine today, I think about 2 p.m. this afternoon. He gets out of quarantine. His last swab was done yesterday, so he's had his third swab. So hopefully we got something. I think we got a morning breakfast plan. They want to get me out of bed at 6 o'clock in the morning to get in for a 9 o'clock breakfast. Ugh! But I will take the camera, and we hopefully will do us an exclusive interview with somebody who's made it out of Texas. And back to Thailand, and what he had to go through to, like that should make an interesting video. So that's something that we're going to hopefully do. Of course, he hasn't agreed to the interview yet, but I'm sure Vance will be only too happy to do that. He's a good mate, and he's been with the meetup crew for quite some time. So. My pronunciation of your name was pretty good. Good on you. It's a bit of a challenge. Do you have do I have a dentist next door? It feels like it, yes. Says China's last vote in Australia. China last vote in Australia and US. Yeah, it could be. I can imagine, Mark. Yes. Luckily I'm here. Good. Now that is frightening. Hope you guys welcome him. Look, we don't have any problems with where you come from in the world, as long as you speak English, because I don't want to run the translator on there, and I don't have a translator in the Streamlabs app. So if you put up some other language, I have to go to another page, have a look at the other chat, and then hit the conversion, which gets quite annoying. So just as long as you speak English, I'm all good. William, trying to sort of David live with Wazza. Woohoo! G'day, David. How you doing? Glad to be alive. Yes, good. Mr. Mitch, things are over the top here. All our dentistry is done over Zoom video with whatever tools you have available. And Stephen's joined us. G'day, Stephen. How you doing?
How you going, Warren? All right?
Not too bad. I can.
I don't know which friggin' microphone I go on. Hang on.
I don't know. You got that one, yeah. You've also got
Right.
you're streaming your camera as well, but that's all right. I'm not putting that up there for you. Unless, of course, you
I'll
want.
turn that off.
No, do you want me to put you up? I can put you up in the corner if you want.
No, it's okay.
Because all I got is you pointing at your screen at the moment. And I thought your desk was clean.
Huh?
You keep
I've just been fixing a guitar, Warren. I've got a Fender guitar, and I'm putting all the parts on it. And I was just listening to your live stream, and one of the springs come in and went boing, and you reckon I know where it went? I threw it away. I'll fix it later. So I got the shit, so I thought I'd go on the stream.
I should show you his desk. Like, he's taken photos of his desk when it's clean, but he always picked on me on my dirty, my completely messed up desk. He was always picking on my desk, right? But I've got it there. Like, I can show you. It's just as bad as mine. Sorry. You were lying. You faked that.
Oh, Wally. Oh, look at that everywhere.
No
What's
disrespect.
been happening, Warren? Did you win the lottery or something?
Well, I didn't. Chanya did. She picked the number. She picked the ticket. Right? She won it. She picked
How
the
much did
ticket.
you win?
80,000 baht. Better than a poke in an eye with a blunt stick.
That's about two grand, I think.
Well, $2.5 US. I think it's about $3.5 Aussie, something like that. You know, the way the Aussie dollar is.
Is it? Oh, whatever.
Yeah. Would you bring Chanya to Mardi Gras in Australia? 3 Jazz. He's got an increase. Well, no disrespect. No, look, of course. We actually had planned, but when she went to Australia in January, February, in 2010, which is, was it 2011 I brought her over the second time. It was one of those plans. We were trying to actually get her to come over so we could do the Mardi Gras. But unfortunately, when it was confusing with the visa. It looks like, we couldn't work out whether the visa started on that day or ended on that day because the way the wording was, because it was in Thai, because it was for her. So she left on that day. Right, so, but I think, and in hindsight, that was when that was her visa was given from that day on a tourist, and we really couldn't work out how long that visa was valid for. We did plan to bring her over for February, late February, March, so she could go to the Mardi Gras, but she didn't. She came out in January, February, and so. But I would have taken it, no problem at all. I think she probably would have loved it. Bennett, it will be a lame duck present. It's as I said, it's not Biden. It's the party. Parties make the decisions. That's how things get done. Moving right along. So, what is the weather like there? It's actually quite overcast. We had a bit of rain last night. We're going to have rain for the next probably 2 to 3 weeks. I think it doesn't really start to fine up until late November. So this is the end of the rainy season. I think.
Can I say hello to everybody?
Oh, Lucifer's joined us as well. Hey, well, go on. Say your piece. I'm just trying to catch up to where I am on the stream.
G'day, everyone. How's it going? That's all I had to say. I'll stop.
So what's your thoughts on the US election there, Stephen?
Mate, don't worry about the US election, mate. There's something more crucial happening in Thailand, mate. This is the main reason I've come on.
Right.
It's affected a lot of people in Thailand, and it is shocking, mate. I mean, Adrian's I can't even get hold of him. He's that devastated. Johnny Siam, I haven't spoken to him yet, but apparently they've banned Pornhub in Thailand.
Yes. Yeah, I actually had that on my page.
This is going to be mass demonstrations, mate. I'm telling you.
Right. Well, I actually had that on my own page. Let me see if I can find the picture.
Oh, you got a home page?
No. Did you see this one?
I can see you reading the page, mate.
There it is. There, like it's a Pornhub related. Pornhub, top relative searches by women. Like this is like everybody's sick and tired of the red and blue map, right? This one here is the map. Top relative searches by women when compared to women.
You said the Pornhub, right? You would Pornhub for Thailand. Thais were right up there. You know, they were right up the ladder.
Yeah, I know, but I believe the underlying story is the fact that there's some deep fake video in Pornhub that they've tried to remove of the monarchy here in Thailand.
That's bloody stupid.
Right, there's deep fakes, deep faking.
That sort of shit, Warren, ban Pornhub.
Yeah, it's just, but that's what I understand it's all about, and anybody that's hosting those videos is being banned at the same time. It's just, again, this, as I said, what I did that little piece before. Deep fake in the next 4 years is going to become a major problem, and there's really no way to stop it. It's like I said, they can do it live video now. And people got to wake up to the fact that, like, unless of course you're seeing things live, right, with live audiences, then the potential, if it fits your bias, it becomes true,
Adobe, Warren had a program out a few years ago. You could talk into the microphone, you could imitate anybody's voice.
Really?
I don't know whether, and it was taken down. You couldn't find because they had betas of it. It's been taken down. You can't find it anymore. Can't remember the name of it. And I don't know what you're saying before they were doing live streams and imitating the voice. Someone's got a hold of it. This was 4 or 5 years ago. The program that's how old it is. So it's been 4 or 5 years. They've probably refined it now.
Well, I have a voice changing software here with on my computer, but it was for gaming really. It wasn't for trying to fake anything out. But you can change the timbre, you can change the pitch, you can change all sorts of things, and you could basically make yourself sound like anybody else. But there is AI software out there now that does it really, really well. And depending on how much AI you put behind it, depend on how quickly you can do it. It is devastating what people can get away with, They're
gonna have to do.
Excuse me. Looks like the guy stopped his drilling. Oh my God. Anyway, Lucifer's in the program.
Next door, are they?
Hey Ben, how you doing? Got your mic on?
I was just listening because
Ben's our leader in our dual universe federation. He's probably wondering why he's second in charge is running a live stream and not talking about dual universe.
No.
So how's Queensland today, Ben?
Hot and sweaty.
Hot and sweaty. Hot and sweaty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Queensland. It's a bit cloudy, but doesn't expect to be raining today. So.
And there's 3 Jazz giving us a $5 super chat. Thanks very much, 3 Jazz. That's always welcome. Keep it up, he says. The quad is getting stronger too. Have you seen the Bitcoin pricing? Oh my God.
Well, what's happening with that, Warren? It came up last night, I think. Something's going on with it. Are the Americans stopping it or something? Or Bitcoin's taken back or some shit like that?
I don't want images, I want the current pricing. Where is it? Bitcoin price, BTC Coinbase. Right, that's for the last 24 hours, but if we look up the last week, it's 5th of November, it started climbing quite seriously. I don't want to Thai baht, I want to give me a price.
It's okay, we're all Thai.
We're all Thai, okay. So it has climbed, from 423 to 476, so it's quite a bit of a rise.
My friend's going to be happy.
Yeah, again, like I was going to buy in. If it dropped down to about 7, I was going to buy in. But I've got my Nano. I've got my Ledger Nano, so I was going to buy in, but I'm waiting for the price to come down.
You reckon it's a safe thing to do at the moment, Warren? Buying the Bitcoin?
I don't know. Are you familiar with the Ledger Nano? There it is. There.
No, not at all.
There's a plug. Let's even get in front of the camera. The Ledger Nano, Nano X. Keep your crypto secure. Right. Don't keep it on the trading houses because trading houses get hacked. Make sure you have something. This will be thing, and your 24.
What do you deal with it? Do you?
Hmm?
Do you deal in Bitcoin? Do you?
Not yet. I've got money earmarked. I'm going to probably put 20 grand on it and have a play. But I was going to buy in around about 7,000. I think the price of Bitcoin, the Bitcoin face value, should be sort of around 7.5. But of course, it's being sort of traded above what it's really worth, on a goodwill basis. But next time it comes down again, I'm going to jump in it, depending on, I look at the graphs. But there's other things I'm going to be sort of getting involved in as well. Probably not just Bitcoin, but some what they call lending houses, Bitcoin lenders. They also list on crypto and things like that. They're quite safe bets to play. But yeah, it's just, you've got to diversify your income. So,
Yeah.
The thing is, you
diversify your losses.
Diversify your losses, but you do need to keep it secure. That's the thing. You need to, you need it that where it's not kept in a wallet that people can hack. These things are unhackable. This key has to, should be sort of put under lock and key, put in your own safe. So the key, along with your 24 passwords, means the fact that you put it on the key. That's it. They're your bitcoins, right? It stays on the key, right? Can only be unlocked and traded with your 24 passwords. So as long as as long as somebody doesn't get the passwords and doesn't get your key, your money's safe. But if it's sitting on a trading house, then how many trading houses over the last 10 years have been hacked? I haven't got enough fingers to count them. But yeah, so that's all right. I'm showing you the Bitcoin price jumping, but I should get out of the screen. But yeah, so it's done a bit of a climb. I think people are speculating the fact that things are going to get a bit topsy-turvy, I'm guessing. Australian dollar's looking pretty good. I haven't looked at my share portfolio, but my share portfolio tends to fluctuate, and it's a bit delayed because it's baskets of shares, not individual shares. Actually, I suppose we could have a quick look at the Yahoo Finance. What do we got in Yahoo Finance? Yahoo Finance. What have we got currently? What's the big tickets on Yahoo Finance? Gets a S&P. Let's have a look at the S&P.
22.21 Thai baht to the dollar.
So S&P's, S&P's been rising steadily. Dow Jones over 5 days looks like it's got to have a steady rise. So it looks, let's have a look over the month. I think the share market is quite confident looking at those numbers. When was that? That was November. There's been nothing sort of spectacularly sort of going down. Gold price is, let's go back to the 5-day mark. Gold price has climbed a bit, so people are speculating on gold as being a safe haven as well. It's still too early to call. They're basically the US elections not over till the fat lady sings, as they say. The euros climbed on the dollar. So yeah, people are speculating, I think, but I think all in all, I think people are being sensible. There's been nothing really sort of, what I sort of call, panic buying. I think people are sort of feeling a bit confident. What else we got? What would happen if there's no internet? Yes, I think we'd all die, wouldn't we? G-Player, g'day. Good to have to see you there. Ben Hakendijk. I'm guessing he's Dutch.
Yep, that's me.
That's you, is it, Ben?
Yes.
Now I know your last name. There you go. Hakendijk. It's a new name on the channel. Good to see that. Although I've known Ben for quite some time now. We've been having a lot of fun for the last couple of months on Due Universe. G-Play Art is where you find the hidden camera and the monitor. Totally in the dark on cryptocurrency. Well, hopefully Richard's still trying to get out of America, and as soon as Richard gets here, he's actually a Bitcoin miner, and I've been having chats with him, over the last 12 months. Once he gets in Thailand, we hope to get up and really sort of get some videos done on that as well. What a miner's perspective. He wants to move his farm from where he lives in America over to Thailand. He's saying Phuket, but I said he said it should be in Bangkok, not Phuket. Phuket's a ghost town at the moment. But he wants to, obviously cheaper rent. What do you call it? The electricity tends to be cheaper. The internet is better. The whole bunch of things that are in his favour to actually do his mining operations over here. And when he comes over here, we would like to do a few, in and outs of stories on Bitcoin, so bring people up to speed on it. Because I'm pretty sure people want to know how it works. I have an overview of Bitcoin. I just don't know. I did finance at school. I didn't do Bitcoin at school. Bitcoin is very, very speculative, whereas stock trading, it's been happening for 100 years. When we sort of get to know how things swing and flow with the market, and you get a bit of confidence, but the fact that you're making the right bets. But Bitcoin, the people who drive Bitcoin aren't the same people who drive the stock market. I know there's people who drive the stock market are in Bitcoin trying to upset the apple cart, but this is the way Bitcoin works, and obviously the associated coins that are out there, and what are safe coins, what are speculative coins. One of my friends here, David, he's been giving me some inside story on how the fringes of the circuit work, which has been quite entertaining. But again, I don't have the headspace. I've been waiting to get the Nano before I start doing it. The Nano's here. So now I'm just waiting just to catch up with him again, but he's been sort of a bit hard to catch. We're playing Dual Universe, and we used to catch him on what do you call it, Guild Wars. So I'm not playing Guild Wars at the moment, so we haven't been able to link up. And Three Jazz, he's at it again. $5 and $20. Oi, 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 Aussie. Oi, 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 Aussie. Send on behalf of mates around the world, Aussie. Us reps, the boys. Thanks very much. A couple of markup. Always love the super chats. They keep me in Red Bull smoothies. I've got I've got some footage where I'm going to try and I have spruiked a new idea. I was probably going to be running initially to see how the interest is on the Bangkok Insider, but this one might be public. But we're going to try to get more nightlife in Bangkok. I'm not talking about the go-go bars and the girly bars. I'm talking about the nightlife, see if we can capture a bit more of it. So we went up to the Apotek last Thursday, which was probably the first one. Should have that on my Facebook page as well, give you a bit of a snapshot of that. Here's a bit of a live music play. It shouldn't strike or get any real problems with the whole YouTube. Come on, enlargen it. Of course, everybody here has got head down in their mobile phones. Oh my God. But anyway, so we're going to be trying to do a little bit more of this sort of style night. Check out the night spots, what's happening around Thailand, sort of type of thing. Jerry's all into the idea. A couple of others in our men's club, boys club, or whatever. the Nightlife Club. They're interested in doing it as well. So we're going to try and get one of those in a couple of weeks. Go and check out a new night venue. Wanderer Street. Did you know the Australian bar on Soy 11 is closed? Oh my God! Susie's is still open, so we've still got Susie's, but the Australian bar is closed.
Shit, that was very popular, Warren.
No, because of the fact it's so far from the main drag, like you got to walk a good 200 yards up the or 300 yards up the road.
When I used to go there, it was always busy.
Yeah, but that was when we had tourists. Yeah, but basically there's nobody here, and I think it's the patronage we give Susie.
I've seen some videos come from. I get a lot of videos sent to me, Warren. I get one from Phuket. It's pretty sad.
Oh yeah, I've sort of seen some stuff. Been watching Nick. I follow Nick on Facebook there as well. And the story out of Pattaya is looking pretty sad at the moment. Excuse me. It's pretty sad looking as well. There's a trend now. Of course, a couple of bars have started doing it a couple of weeks ago. I think Bar Fines and Power Lines, he was involved in it. I think Nick actually started the trend in his bar where they went live streaming, and the people would buy the girls drinks. Caused a little bit of a stir initially because trying to explain trying to explain the fact that YouTube take 30% of those things. So if you're pledging $5, the girls are only getting $3.50 or something, and that caused a little bit of a stir. I think they get that explained fairly well. But Nick's doing the right thing, keeping the bar staying open. He's doing his live streams there. Of course, one bar starts now. All the bars are doing it. Right, it's like everything in Thailand. That's what they do.
I've watched it. I'm told the whole lot of them. I don't want to be involved in all this shit.
Yeah.
Jesus, they're going for each other's throats. Getting pretty nasty.
Yeah, it's getting. That's it. Yeah. But there are others. There are some bars still doing quite well. I think Nick's. Go on.
I'll say something cryptic for you, okay? A lot of the filming doesn't point in the right direction of the other bars. They are open and they are busy.
I guess some of them.
There's a lot of selective filming going on.
Oh yeah, so I did check a bit of it out. So if I go back to my homepage, come on.
Yeah.
Right, so if I go to the Thailand Vloggers Hub, there's one guy posting in here. The nightly events, so they've actually come in under their club name.
Get someone neutral, I think, filming it tomorrow, I think.
Let's see if I can figure out where it is.
For someone would go in there filming today.
Yeah, So Nice Bar. So, they've been posting their videos. All
right.
So that's on YouTube.
I've been watching it actually, Warren. You're getting some good players on there lately.
Yep. There was another one. I didn't want to do a YouTube play. I was going to do a Facebook play. So Bar Fine.
Push to start.
I'll just turn the volume down. So so they're Bar Fines and Power Lines.
He hasn't done one for a while, has he?
Let me get out of the way. Well, that was done 5th of November. So there's some girls doing their dancing thing at the Soy 6 Patio Live Wet 6, the Wet 6 bar. Right, no music again. I just want to make sure it's doing it through Streamlabs there on his phone, so he's using a phone app. But yeah, so there's a few of them doing it, and they're posting in my group, of course. So, but yeah, it's happening. So look, all good luck to them.
Lately, you've had some really good people on there putting up some pretty good videos, actually.
Yeah, you see afterwards. I think you've seen the stuff I've been deleting, though, haven't you?
No, I haven't. Haven't you?
The Indians and the Pakistanis and the Filipinos and the Indonesians want their videos up on my group as well. I said no, Thailand content, only Thailand. You want to post that shit, put it on the other group. and the other group is just basically, everybody that wants to become famous on YouTube and have got no chance. The quality of videos on YouTube has just gone down to shit, hasn't it?
Oh, it's bloody terrible. Right? I mean, I wasn't joking. You have got some really good players on there now, which you can't find around you. If you type in Thailand, and you come up with so much.
Yeah.
So much shit.
Well, as I said, it's just like it's like the 7-Eleven story, really, isn't it? It's the 7-Eleven over and over again, right? When one 7-Eleven goes on the street, you'll find another one open shop within a month, right? That's what happens because people start using 7-Eleven, so they just want, and you'll go on the street, 100 yards, you'll find 5 7-Elevens. It's the way it works,
Oh, look, Johnny Cyan's going. You going, are you, Johnny? When you going to look for Pornhub, you find out what Pornhub is.
Snooze time.
He doesn't know what Pornhub is, apparently.
Liar. Doesn't he? Oh, he's lying. But yeah, so, but yeah, it is a bit like I said. I had a problem on my YouTube yesterday. I was actually thinking, somebody sort of said so I couldn't get into the game, or the game was lagging. And I was wondering if they put the great firewall of Thailand back up again. That was my major concern. So I VPN'd into Singapore, right? Re-logged into the game, and it improved the game throughput. So I got a feeling that I think the firewall of Thailand's gone back up again, and they got some pretty bad hardware behind it.
Listen, Warren. You said about the. We'll get back to Pornhub and the royal family. They actually did some nasty ones with them, did they?
From what I understand, that was what the underlying reason is the fact that
that would be enough reason for them to put up a firewall.
Oh yeah, there's some deep fake, and they've asked it to be taken off, and it wasn't taken off.
Well, I believe they should block Pornhub if they want to take it off.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to that sort of stuff.
Yeah, of course. It doesn't interest me either, but I can only assume that that's the there wouldn't be a reason. I can't imagine why they would, of course I did have the funny reason. The reason why they're blocking Pornhub is they want Thais back to the go-go bars.
Probably the real reason.
To boost the tourism industry. Go on. That was my little dig at some of the posts that I saw this week. So they blocked Pornhub to get the Thais back into the Thais and the local expats back into the go-go bars. Pay them, buy the girls some drinks. Keep the tourism industry going.
If you're at a table in Thailand and you mention Pornhub, they all know what that is.
It is. I think it's the 10th most visited website in Thailand, I believe.
You can't say that, Warren.
Well, that's on the news, are they? I'm pretty sure I see. Maybe number 8. Cody Stratman's back. G'day, Cody.
What surprises me, Warren, is the women think it's funny too, Pornhub.
Oh yeah,
women watch it.
I believe actually that there was some study done, the fact that more women in Thailand look at Pornhub than men do. I don't know. Maybe they want to see big dicks or something. I don't know.
It's research.
It's research, is it? It's research.
Yeah. Nature.
As I say, Thai men aren't really well endowed. They like to see the big, the big and the big round.
Don't get excited, Warren.
Hey, me.
Right. The Thai are famous for pissing all over their fingers.
Sorry, me. I need as thick as a beer can round, but boy, ain't it long.
Right, okay, Warren.
That's an Australian term. Come on. Richie Kingstar. Hell yeah, Wayne. I always said stuck in Florida. He's finally joined us. He's stuck in Florida? Good. He's still stuck in Florida, of course. He wants to get out of there and come to Thailand. Mr. Mitch is going to fly you out. If he wins the lottery, he's going to fly you out. So there you go. So make sure you tune in today.
Mr. Mitch is going to fly. Where are you going to fly us all, Mr. Mitch?
Everybody on today's chat, if he wins the lottery this next week, he's flying everybody in this chat to Thailand when Thailand opens.
Yeah.
We've got it on. We got it on a super chat. There you go.
Anyway, you guys have fun. I'm just gonna go talk to some people. So
Okay.
have fun.
Yeah, nice. Thanks for joining in, and we'll catch up with you shortly, Ben, Lucifer.
Yeah. We.
we. Yes. What else we got? Make Pattaya great again. Yes. What district is the house being built in? It's in Nakhon Pathom. I keep on showing. We basically give you a map location. Google Maps. Google Maps. There we go. And make me small again. Right. So we're here now. The house is over here. Right. I can't actually give you a drill down, but Tong Khao Terrace. If we put that marker there, that gives me, because that's only just around the corner. So it's on this road here. Right, so this guy here has got his own house, right, listed, whatever that translates to. What does that translate to? Ban Parami. So he's actually put his house on Google Maps. But I'm not going to I'm not going to put a follow on that. That looks weird, doesn't it? Me follow somebody's house. But yeah, so if we go to a physical view, this was the earlier this year, probably January, February. That's the actual estate. Of course, the estate has actually got houses on it now, and ours is this one, roughly in that position there, about there. We won't sort of see an updated aerial photo for quite some time. But yeah, so it's what they call it in Nakhon Pathom, Mu 11, Mu Sipet. I don't know what the address would be. It's probably going to be something like.
I'll be very close to you, Warren.
Yeah, that was a restaurant we went to on Wednesday, the Aris restaurant. Yeah, so I can't really sort of tell what suburb it is. What was it?
I'll be about a kilometre away from you, Warren.
Yeah, so Amphor is the Amphor will be I'm guessing that's the Tambun would be Kalaom Nuit would probably be the Tambun, and the Amphor, I can't really tell what the Amphor is. I'm sure that when we finally move in, we'll know how to, like in my case, it's quite easy. So where you can get to Bangkok, we've got Nong Kem. This one might even be Om Noi. It can't be Om Noi because Om Noi is something suck on. It's very hard to work it out. So so Nong Kem, and so we're Nong Kem Plus. So when we drill into our house, you'll actually sort of see the Tambun come up. I don't know what viewing sort of thing you have to do it. Sometimes it's a bit hard to actually work this shit out. But yes,
they change it every week.
No, we've had the same address for quite some time. But
oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about Google.
Oh, Google changed it. Every time you go to Google, it's always different. But yeah, so
they've changed it in the last week. It's doing weird shit. But anyway.
Yeah. So the immigration office, thankfully, is just around the corner. So there's the. I've still got the pin on there. Oh, that's the guy's house, is it? Right. So there's the house, and then immigration is just Nakhon Pathom immigration office. So I've only got to go out there and down here. I could even walk it. It's only not far at all, and it's not like Bangkok, because Bangkok has all the businesses and all the bullshit they have to go through. It's the biggest. It's the biggest population in Thailand.
I'll be about 2 kilometres from your new house.
And you'd be also in Nakhon Pathom as well.
Yes.
So when you come this time, don't do the Pattaya deal with the visa and all that sort of stuff. Make sure you get it done, and you have to run off to Pattaya every 3 months to get your little ticket done.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't have to do that. I went to one you go to, but I went down to Pattaya because I'm Australian. It doesn't matter which department you put it in, as long as you put it in. No, it doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work that way, doesn't it?
It was actually quicker for me to go to. It was longer. It was further away. But it was quicker for me to go to Pattaya instead of going over to your area and getting the visa. 30-day was it? No, 90-day report.
90-day report.
They didn't see it. I said, explain. It's quicker for me to go to Pattaya. Can I go down there and get it done? No, you have to come here. Okay. Fine.
Yeah, well, I've been doing mine online. I've actually got because of the fact that I've had the visa. I've changed my passport. I actually have to go in in November to do it. So, which then updates that side of their computer system, which is good. But I've been doing it online. It's been it's been reliably good online.
Apparently, it does work, and it's always been there.
What, the online? Oh, yeah. When I first came here, I think I tried 3 times to get it working over the first year, and I just gave up. Just gave up. It's always down. But it seems to have stabilised now. I think they had to get it working.
Hang on,
better.
no. You could post it in, and they post it back to you.
Oh, that's another method.
You had to put your passport. You had to put your passport into an envelope and post it to the embassy.
Not bloody likely.
Which is, that's what it. Maybe I'm a bit confused with the not the online business, but that's what I'm thinking of. I never tried that one. But
the only trouble with the online version is the fact that your 90-day is a 90-day report, but if you're going to file online, you have to do it between 15 days and 7 days before the 90-day, which can trap a few people as well. So and of course they won't approve it if you try to do it on the day or in the 7 days. You're allowed 7 days either side of your 90-day report, but with the online reporting, you're only allowed 15 days to 7 days before that window, right? And people have tried to do the online during the normal 7-day either way, and they get refused because it's a checkbox, and the checkbox says it's got to be done, blah blah blah, and so it confuses people.
It certainly does. Not the ties.
Yeah.
For the guy that wrote it.
Right. Anyway, what have we been missing on the chat? It's been scrolling off the window again. That's because there are more women than men. Probably, yeah. That was the comment about Pornhub. More women here in Thailand watch it. Big dicks, damn! I'm out here. Next bar. Do you see many condos for rent? I don't see any. Live more like the only time I look at the rental situation is when I'm doing a live stream or I'm trying to find something for somebody who asks a question. I have zero interest in finding out what it's about. It's not I'm not a real estate agent, and only half the stuff ever gets listed, right? Because it's all word of mouth,
The condos are very cheap at the moment. Warren, my friend's buying one today. Paying 1.5 million, and it's brand new, and it's really, really nice.
We could do it. We could
2-bedroom ones.
And we could do another current property pricing in Thailand.
That's what they. I don't know why you don't do another video on that sort of stuff, Warren, because that's what people want to know: how much I'm going to pay for a condo, how much I'm going to pay for this, how much I'm going to pay videos. It's a wonderful thing to have when you're going to Thailand.
So let's have a vote. Do you want us to see some more, what am I going to pay videos? I can definitely sort of line that up and get the websites running. As I said, you guys can do it. Yes, that's the thing. It always, in the mental challenge is the fact that I'm just going to go online and find the information out for you, right? And, you could easily just do that yourself,
Where do you go online to find it out, Warren?
Well, I've got bookmarks, so that's my, I bookmark everything. So that, when I find things, it goes in my little folder. So it's not VLMC media. Yeah. So I got my online shopping bookmarks. I got my Thai language bookmarks. So it's all there. When I find something that's good reference material, it just goes. I think there's the Thailand property.
I like when people do. I did a few myself actually. When they go to a house and they get the price and they show you through the house. I think you've done it too, haven't you?
Well, we're not doing any more house hunting because we've basically all but bought the house, or we're paying for it. Just waiting for the banks to get their finger out and give us the money. I almost sort of guarantee by March next year, when the house is finished, it'll mean, you know, it'll come down, push will come to shove, and I'll throw the extra $500,000 on it, just to get the thing done. But again, Chanya understands now the fact that if I do that, then she's not going to get new curtains. She's not going to get, the new kitchen. She's not going to get the new beds. She's not going to get the new everything. It's basically everything we've got here. Just moved in the new house, right? And the only thing we're probably going new is security grates on the downstairs windows. It's about the only thing I'll probably have to pay for. Everything else is as it is. Sorry, but like the money
you need the security warrant.
Yeah. The money I set aside for making the house a home, right, is there. I said the original thing, if you remember the very early videos, I've got $1 million baht aside to buy the house, right? $500,000 baht was the deposit, $500,000 was obviously to make the house a home. But if push comes to shove, it'll become the million, and then that'll put it at a 20%, and the bank will lend on 20%. So banks are just doing that. There is a global recession right now, and people have got to get used to that shit. And then they go, we could have some sort of, some great, millionaire sort of silent watcher of the YouTube channel. He might turn around and buy it for me. Who knows? Thinks I don't.
Oh, that's it, but they don't.
I have such a great channel here and everything else. It just
Yep.
Let's just buy Warren's house for him. There you go. Send me the money. I'll give you bank details. Here they are. Put it on you.
Phone me. Buy Warren a home.
Don't super chat it.
Over Warren's head. You're gonna do
Don't super. So whatever you do, don't super chat it, because YouTube take 30%. Super chat 30%.
Doesn't matter. There'll be that much coming through. You won't even worry about Warren. And plus, you got to Warren the street kid. Will be about that.
Oh yeah. Yes. Right. If you want to send the 4 million baht for the house, like the PayPal address is down below. You can just go to PayPal. They only take 1.5%, and I can cover the 1.5%, but the 30%, that's a bit of a sting, seriously. Tip Wazza, yeah, always follow the rail line. Mr. Mitch, we smoke in the plane. I'm missing all the good chat. Most of them are sort of giving up because of the fact that I don't answer their questions. When I win the lottery, I'll buy your home for you. There we go. Stuck in Florida. He's gonna buy my house when he wins the lottery. Good on you. Good on you. That's what we like to see. We like to see all the.
You got a lot of pledges there, so.
A lot of pledges. That's what we like to see. Let's see the colour of their money. Come on. Let's see the colour of your money. Let's ring the bell. Make the tip jar jingle. Come on here. Hit the dollar sign down the bottom of the chat there. There you go. It's the plug for the day. Oh, Dallo's here. Dallo's going to do the right thing. He always does.
G'day, Dallo. How you going?
Dallo's finally joined us. First time scammer video.
He's having his afternoon nap. But he's going to look. He doesn't know what Pornhub is. He's looking it up.
It's pornhub.com. How could you get that wrong? You don't have to look it up. Just type the address in there.
Be very busy now.
Yeah, it's going to be. All of a sudden, it's a flood of people visiting Pornhub. And of course, if you're in Thailand, I have to sort of always do the plug. You've got to use the Express. Get out of the way. The Express VPN. That's the one you want. Right, that's the one that'll get you in, right? And if you're there you go. Come on, mark up, Dallo. Always rely on Dallo. But yeah, if you're going to do that, go to my web page. Let me go back here. Go to my web page. Where is it? There. Chanya was. There's a little link down here, right? I use and recommend VPN Express. Right, you click on that button there, right? And even if I do that, and I even sort of code. If I do the copy link address, and I can even put it down there. Just if you want a good plug, where are we? There we go, and there you go. that gets you 1 month free and also gets me 1 month free, okay? So if you want VPN Express, that's the link you need to use, okay? It saves me $7 a month. There you go. It's all about money. God, is that how far we are?
VPN's such a great block anybody tracking you or anything like that, and we highly recommend it here. So this is why we've got it. Now, if you click on that link, Warren gets a slight profit out of it, but not much. But it's such a great program.
Right. I think that's
a nice commercial for
that was a good commercial. There we go. Just for some reason that was all.
I used to use
delayed.
VPN actually. It's not bad VPN.
That's a good. That's like
probably the best out of the bunch. I think.
I think when I did the study when I first subscribed, it had the most points of presence around the globe. But I think NordVPN is very close to having the same points of presence now. They may even have more. There are free ones out there. The free ones are a bit on the skeptical side. Use at your own risk.
Free, Warren.
No, there's free.
There's some sort of hang up with them.
There's something goes on. There's plugins to your browser. A browser plugin is okay for your browser work, but if you want to actually sort of be fully secured, and you can buy routers now that you can actually put your I don't think this one here, the one I got here, this is a Huawei router, but you can get your little your Wi-Fi router that you have in your house. You can get ones that'll actually take your express code, so you can actually go and connect your router directly, so your whole house is covered into a different point of presence, which can save you all the difficulty of everything else. But don't forget, anytime you use a VPN, you are adding an overhead to the throughput, because it's a 2048-bit encryption, which means the fact that every bit of data has been encrypted and decrypted on the fly, which does slow things down a little bit and can slow down video streaming if you've got a poor service. So just some of those things to remember. But yeah, ultimately, the safe way is VPN Express or similar programs. Anyway, moving right along. Good plug for VPN Express there.
No, don't say that. No, you're okay, Warren, just the end bit or some other program. You say no, VPN Express is the way to go.
Oh, VPN Express is the way to go.
The way to go.
See, Uncle Steve is telling me how to run my channel again. Thanks, Stephen. See, I don't know. Like I said, if I ever got serious with this channel, I might actually grow the channel. I like to have fun. I need people like Stephen to help tell me how to actually make my channel grow. Tina Turner, Sip of the Best, extended miss. I use Surfshark VPN. Okay, Andy.
Surfshark, that's pretty good. Apparently.
Never heard it, but again, I've been looking to know where the prices are and what's going on there. I'm getting some good views on the latest Wednesday video. 1.3k. It's it's a bit up on the numbers.
Surfshark, that guy watches China Uncensored.
Does he? Yeah, okay. Bit close that bit again to get back on the screen. Anyway, so we're getting up to the quarter to the hour, 15 minutes to go. That started about an hour ago. So we got no finalisation of the American election. We don't know what's happening there. Things coming up. If you think you want to see a bit more of the entertainment areas, not the go-go bars and the girly bars, but the entertainment. What happens in Bangkok at night. I've been chatting over with Jerry about some new material. Jerry lives right in the middle of Sukhumvit there, so he's the local boy, and he's quite prepared to come on board and be my wingman and show me some of the places, like some of the deals, like showed me like when we were up his street the other day, showing me a second-hand dealership there where they had bass guitars, because he wants me to get my bass guitar, get a bass guitar and join his band or his so-called band. Because look, I haven't played a bass guitar for 30 years.
Well, it'll all come back to you after a while.
They want a bass guitarist for their little, four-man suite, the four-man band. We haven't got a drummer yet, but, that's another thing altogether. But,
Grab yourself one and give it a go.
Well, it's just more money spending on something that's just going to sit there and gather dust,
No, wait, mate. You'll be bigger than the Beatles, mate.
Bigger than the
Growing your
Beatles.
hair long.
If I had any, yeah. Could you imagine me with a paint?
I took it back up about 4 months ago, Warren. And,
Did you?
I've bought 3 guitars so far.
Yes, I know you've been sort of,
It's
letting us
fun.
know about.
It gets you off YouTube. YouTube's not a life,
Yeah.
It's okay, but gets you away from the computer and shit, and I'm having fun anyway.
Yeah, well, that's the me. I'm now the other ass. So, I spend all my time playing things like this. The dual universe. And as soon as that sort of starts out, so it's a online world, where you you build these ships and you go fight and you basically rule the planet, rule the solar system, everything.
Play bass and sit on a stool and have a few beers and sing along with some songs and have a bit of a laugh.
But everything here is all player built, player driven. So we
can't see any albums coming out in the future.
Well, not really. No, I don't know what Jerry might. He's getting some good licks going, because he likes to do lead and rhythm. So, I did see a bass at the local market here for 1,500 baht, and I thought, But Chanya was with me. Chanya was with me. She looked at me. She gave me one of those. You buy that, you'll be buying me 10 dresses sort of looks,
Play the music while she's putting them on. I'm taking them on.
You buy the guitar, you owe me 10 dresses.
No, it's a good hobby to have, Warren.
What, buying dresses?
Sitting down. Yeah,
buying?
No, not that. But, sitting down playing guitar with, it's quite a good hobby. Nice and relaxed.
Look, I used to enjoy it. I used to enjoy the guitar when I was younger. I did 2 years of classical. We ran our band for 2 years. I did classical when I was 12 or 13 years old, or something around that age when I was doing classical guitar.
About when I started too.
And then I went to England, didn't play guitar for 3 years in England. Came back, picked up a guitar. Decided to go bass. Because everybody, we had lead, we had rhythm, we had drums, we had keyboards, and the 5-man people. We wanted a bass, so I picked up the bass. So I started playing bass. It was just like classical guitar, but with thicker strings. There you go. Yeah. But I quite enjoyed it. I enjoyed the sort of bass guitar. Of course, I moved from bass guitar, and in my pagan hangout days, and I had djembes and barans, and what else did I have? Had a djembe, had baran, had toms. So I got into the drumming. Drumming's a lot of fun.
Drumming, yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I can drum.
So I had a djembe.
Suppose if you can play a bass, you can drum.
Well, then it's pretty much the same thing. It's all the beat, isn't it? And but it's a lot of fun. But yeah, so but I couldn't bring all my drums with me, so they went to a friend of mine in the pagan scene. And I said, "Here, have all these." One of my favourite drums was the boran. That's the Irish, Irish drum.
Yeah, another one. Yeah.
Getting that Irish dance rhythm going. I always used to get people, going off around the fire and sort of getting up there doing their little Irish jigs at a pagan event. But yeah, the fun days.
Yeah, good days.
Yeah, but anyway, so go on.
I just pick up a guitar every now and then, Warren, and just have, if you're a bit stressed or something, pick up a guitar and play it for half an hour, and when you finish, your stress is all gone. Yeah,
what I need to be doing is I need to schedule my week and sort of do it. Maybe when I'm playing, from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock in the morning, I will be on my channel, and if you're on my channel, I'm going to be playing Thai language in the background while I'm playing the game Dual Universe, and then I'll go and join the rest of the crowd, 12 or something like that, just so I can just do my hour a day of Thai lessons. I should also be doing my exercises as well, but oh god, The things I should be doing.
Hire somebody to do that.
You hire somebody to do the exercises for you. Anyway, so look, we're just going to last round of questions. What do you guys want to? Any questions you want answered here? You got Stephen here. He's the expert on things, and he's on the expert on the eastern side of Bangkok, because I've never really been out the eastern side of Bangkok. I cover the west, so we got an east meets west Bangkok opinions. Any questions about Bangkok? We're here to answer those right now, and then of course have to concede the fact that he was an east sider, all right, but he's actually moving to the west side because he knows the west side is better than the east side anyway. So yeah.
I don't feel like talking anymore. You're doing it for me.
He's coming out and join the real Thais,
Yeah, I'll see what happens. I don't know.
But then of course Dowlow, he's a southerner. He's down from somewhat Prakan, down near the somewhat Prakan. Is that how you say it?
Down there?
Dowlow.
Prakan.
Yeah. Well, Dowlow. That's where his house is. Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So he's an expert on that area, and he's dying to get back.
Oh, he's not far from where I live.
The bamboo bar at the Mandarin thing. So we've got to go and check that one out. I've got to make a point of that one. I always wanted to do a sky bar series, right, and go and visit all the sky bars and show you, the sights from each of the sky bars, or do 2 or 3 sky bars in a video. But
I never ever went to one, Warren.
Have you seen the price? Some of them they charge a fortune just to go up the elevator.
That's why I didn't go.
Really? Come on, it's just a bar. I'm coming for one drink and a video.
I think I watched. Might have been one of your videos or someone's video, and they paid 500 baht for a drink, something like that.
Oh yeah,
that's
the one on the Marriott. What's that? That's the I can't remember the name of the bar now. Something 8. But yeah, it's on the top of the Marriott there. That's we've been there.
Hangover
a couple of times.
one, wasn't it? That's the Hangover one. Hangover movie.
The Hangover movie. Well, I believe part of the Hangover movie was actually shot in Soi 7 Tap Nung, which is where Susie's bar is. Somebody told me that. But again, I've got the movie. I should actually go. I should actually play the movie. I haven't seen the movie for 10 years. Play the movie and actually see if I can sort of pick those night spots and go and visit them. Take a shot out of the movie and say, here we are. there it is in the movie. the overlay.
There's a question about the condos there. They're putting up a lot of condos around the Bang Na area. Yeah, they did, Andy. They're still building them. They were put up for the Chinese investors to get there and put their holiday homes there and stuff like that. But there's no more Chinese investment, so the price of condos is very good at the moment.
Yeah.
For the buyer, not for the seller.
And it wasn't only that, as the fact the other side was that they seriously clamped down on the, what they call it, they buy a floor of these condos, and then they'd put a desk at the elevator, and what they were holiday visit, 3-day, 5-day hotels. Without
little hotel, yeah.
They were the Chinese hotelier scams. And I honestly believe that was the reason for the crackdown on the TM30. Conspiracy theories aside, I really believe that was the primary reason for the TM30 scandal, because there was so much Chinese doing it. Every condo, to the point condos were sort of putting up signs on their windows, right? But it was all happening, and then all of a sudden, they tried to put a stop to it, and they sort of it all came through with the what do you call it? What's that? The rental thing, the one on the online thing, Grab. Who are they? I used them back 4 years ago.
Oh yeah, I know. Andy used them.
Can't remember the name. What's that?
Homeshare.
It's not Homeshare. There is Homestay, and there's the other one, the big one.
Homestay, yeah.
No, Homestay's one, and then there's the one that are America.
Airbnb.
Airbnb, yeah. So they clamped down on it.
I think.
Yeah, so they were clamping down on Airbnb because that was one way the Chinese were getting around the market. They were Airbnb-ing, right? But that's what was going on. That was going on everywhere. The Chinese tourists were coming in by the truckloads, and they were staying at, the bus would pull up at a condo. Half the busload would get out and they'd go into the condo for 3 days,
Right,
And
so all the money went back to China.
all the money went back to China.
Then they'd get all that. Then they'd go to a Chinese restaurant. All the money would go back to China.
Yep.
They'd go on a cruise around maybe the harbour on a Chinese boat. All the money would go back to China.
Mhm.
Let's get some more Chinese tourists. They just don't make any money out of it.
Oh, it was
They
one.
just-
But
they
what's
only
the?
use Chinese. That's another 2-hour subject, isn't it?
There was a thing this morning. I did catch something this morning on who was it? Was it Thainger, the Tiger? Hot news. Supposedly, except on permanent residency, but that was not there. Let me go back to their news. Thailand news. There was something this morning that I saw. Probably not up there. What's the latest thing here? He was talking about the fact that they're expecting these tourists to be spending X amount of dollars. Really, these guys have got, where was it? It was technology tourism. Is it here? Bracelet back. I should have saved it. It was an article. The guy in charge of the whole process is just saying, each one of these Chinese tourists are going to spend, so much XYZ dollars for every per
They
head.
do, but they don't spend it in Thailand. They spend it on Chinese products.
Wake up, guys! It's not going into the Thailand coffers.
It's all going back to China. All of it. Oh, maybe they might buy a little snack here and there.
Yeah, they might.
7-Eleven.
But that's about all. It is a joke.
All of it
what's
goes
going
back. All of it.
Have I
They reckon
been
the
in
Chinese
Thailand?
spend much more than the Europeans when they go over there, Warren. There was a thing on that, an article on that. Yeah, they probably do, but like I was saying, they don't spend it in Thai products. They spend them on Chinese products, Chinese hotels, Chinese bus stores, Chinese this, Chinese that,
Warren Theorite, I've been curious about what's on the other side of the river from where your house is. We've actually done a few cafes on the other side of the river there. We're going to do more of that sort of stuff as well as we get some drier weather. We may even get Chanya out on a motorcycle, who knows. But right now she's not really keen to ride. I've been saying sell a motorcycle, you put it towards the house. She actually has she's considered doing that, get 200,000 extra sell the bike for 200,000. Yeah, so the CV650, 200,000 1-year offer. For all those Aussies in Thailand, if you want to buy a nice motorcycle.
What would you do if you walked out and her bike was still there and yours is missing?
I'd cry. I really would. I'd cry. My bike, and then I'd get my insurance papers and say, somebody stole my bike, pay up.
Just standing with loads of cash. Oh, look at this, Warren.
Yeah.
Someone just bought your bike.
Yeah, what would I go and buy instead? I think I'd probably go back and buy another Vulcan. Then again, I may settle for something. I might get something smaller. I said I really could see myself on that Ninja 250. It'd be just so good around the city.
Yeah.
Well, they said they put this new big bike license thing in, right? That's coming in whenever it was. But that Ninja is faster than my Vulcan, and it's a 250.
Right.
Right?
I don't know much about bikes.
Seriously, guys, wake up. But anyway, that's what it is. It's just they had to draw a line in the sand. But exactly how they're going to do that, that's another story for another day. Airbnb in Bangkok have really great deals. Yes. How they get around the 30-day issue, that's still a bit a contentious one. But I think what they do is they make you pay for the 30 days to keep the book straight, and then they refund you because you're leaving early or something like that. But they can't legally rent you for 7 days.
Andy was over there once and he was sending me photos of his Airbnb. You should have seen the place. It was bloody beautiful.
Well, was it? We had Ian Black. Ian Black's last trip out. He stayed 3 months in an Airbnb out here. and he loved it. He was just off the Sup and Tucks in BTS. He was walking distance from Sup and Tucks in BTS. It was a single bed sitter.
Yeah.
And he was paying like, 600 baht a day or something, It was brilliant.
Way to go.
Couldn't complain. But
I reckon they'll jump on that, Warren, because when Thailand does open, they're gonna get these hotels filled up, so they're gonna jump right on top of Airbnb, right on the head.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to pay all sorts of taxes and shit. So they've got to get those hotels back in business, I suppose. I don't know.
That's it. They've got to get something happening. Yep, got to get something happening. Anyway, it's a 2-hour mark, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks everybody for joining again. We do try to cap it at the 2 hours, unless of course we got something really, happening in the background. Let's have a look at the stats. What have we got on our stats today? We got peaked at. What do we got? Peaked at 50 today. We're actually at a peak of 50 today. That's pretty good. Can't complain about that. Good steady viewing all the way through. All good, all good. Keep safe, yes, Wayne. See you. Goodbye, Wayne, Joe, Richie, Dalo, Andrew, Mark, Wayne, stuck in Florida, Sweet Jazz. All great having along. It's a good family we got here. Don't forget we got Stephen's live stream tonight. 6 p.m. Thailand time? Was it 9 p.m. Sydney?
Oh, I think it is, Warren. 5 p.m. Thailand.
It's 5 p.m. Thailand. No, God.
Yeah, daylight savings.
Daylight savings again. Yeah. Still fading the curtains over there, are we?
Yeah. The idiots.
So tune in to see Stephen this afternoon. It's 5 o'clock. I may even get on. Who knows? But I'll be still going out for dinner at 6. Okay, dinner's got to be at 6.
Hey, dinner at 6. All right.
Dinner's at 6. Thanks, Wazza, Richie. Yep. Okay. Stay safe, everybody.
I'll see you all later. Bye.
And thanks for joining us, Stephen. Good to have you along, and we'll catch up with you all. And next time, where's the parting song? Closing. We don't actually hear it here. You only see it on the stream, but I can't feed that back in. But it's going to play them anyway. That's all my social media places. Hit me up there if you want to have a chat. And a special thank you to our Patreons and Super Chatters. You're all very well, part of the gang. Show your support. We do have a Patreon page. We got PayPal. Like, share, subscribe. Check out these videos, guys. Later.